All vessels must comply with the rules concerning lights which are laid down in the International Regulations for Preventing Collisions at Sea. Navigation lights are used to prevent collisions at night or in times of reduced visibility. Vessels are required to show the proper navigation lights from sunset to sunrise in all weather conditions and in conditions of reduced visibility. All vessels must display basic navigation lights. These lights indicate whether a vessel is under sail or power, the direction of the vessel, the likely size, the activity. Additional specific sets of lights are used by vessels to indicate that they're engaged in a specific job or that they're under restrictions. According to the International Regulations for Preventing Collisions at Sea, navigation lights have a specific colour, white, red, green, yellow, or blue, arc of illumination, range of visibility, and location. The basic navigation lights are: the masthead light is a white light placed over the fore and after centre line of the vessel and that's visible over a 225-degree arc. From dead ahead to 22.5 degrees abaft behind the beam on both sides of the vessel. The all-round light is a light with a colour determined by its use and is visible over a 360-degree arc. The side lights are coloured lights, red on the port side and green on the starboard side of the boat, and are visible over a 112.5-degree arc from dead ahead to 22.5 degrees abaft the beam on each side. The stern light is a white light, centred dead astern, and is visible over a 135-degree arc. The side lights can be combined in one lantern at the bow. The side lights can be combined with the stern light in a tricolour light at the masthead. The towing light is a yellow light and is used in a towing operation. Centred on dead astern vertically above the stern light and is visible over a 135-degree arc. The flashing light is a yellow or blue flashing light with a minimum 120 flashes per minute and is visible over a 360-degree arc. Non-powered vessels under 7 metres. Vessels not under power, such as rowing boats, canoes and sailing boats under 7 metres 23 feet in length, may use a torch for navigation. The light does not have to be turned on at all times, but should be turned on in time to avoid a collision. When under power and the speed is less than 7 knots, these vessels shall exhibit a fixed all-round white light with visibility of 2 nautical miles, also side lights with a visibility of 1 nautical mile. Vessels under 12 metres, 39 feet. Sailing vessels. A sailing boat under sail and under 12 metres, 39 feet, shall exhibit separate side lights or a single bicolour light, visibility of 1 nautical mile, a stern light, visibility of 2 nautical miles. The side lights and the stern light may be combined in a tricolour light placed at the masthead. Motorboats. A motorboat under 12 metres, 39 feet, shall exhibit a masthead light with visibility of 2 nautical miles, placed at least 1 metre over the side lights, separate side lights or a single bicolor light with visibility of 1 nautical mile, a stern light with visibility of 2 nautical miles. The masthead light and the stern light may be replaced with an all-round white light with a visibility of 2 nautical miles. Vessels under 20 meters, 65 feet. Sailing boats. A sailing boat under sail and under 25 meters, 65 feet, shall exhibit separate side lights or single bicolor light with visibility of 2 nautical miles, a stern light with visibility of 2 nautical miles. The side lights and the stern light may be combined in a tricolour light placed at the masthead. In addition, they may also display a red and green all-round light, the red being the top light with visibility of 2 nautical miles. In this case, the side lights and the stern light must be separate, not in tricolour combination. A sailboat under sail, when also being propelled by machinery, shall exhibit forward where it can best be seen a conical shape, apex downwards. A vessel of less than 12 meters in length is not required to exhibit this shape, but may do so. A sailing boat under power is considered to be a powerboat and must follow the rules of the road for powerboats. Motorboats. A motorboat less than 20 meters, 65 feet, shall exhibit a masthead light with visibility of 3 nautical miles, placed at least 2.5 meters over the upper deck. Separate side lights or a single bicolor light with visibility of 2 nautical miles. A stern light with visibility of 2 nautical miles. Vessels over 20 meters, 65 feet. Sailing vessels. A sail vessel under sail and over 20 meters, 65 feet, shall exhibit separate side lights, a stern light. The side lights and the stern light may not be combined in a tricolour light. In addition, they may also display a red and green all-round light, with the red being the top light. Motorboats. A motorboat over 20 meters, 65 feet, and less than 50 meters, 164 feet, shall exhibit a masthead light with visibility of 5 nautical miles positioned over the side lights, separate side lights, a stern light. When the motorboat is more than 50 meters, 164 feet, it must show 2 masthead lights with visibility of 6 nautical miles, with the forward masthead light positioned lower than the aft masthead light. An air cushion vessel. An air cushion vessel, when operating in non-displacement mode, in addition to the lights for a power-driven vessel, shall exhibit an all-round flashing yellow light where it can best be seen. A towing vessel. A towing vessel, when towing, shall exhibit 2 masthead lights in a vertical line. When the length of the tow measured from the stern of the towing vessel to the aft end of the tow exceeds 200 meters, 3 such lights in a vertical line. Separate side lights, a stern light, a towing yellow light in a vertical line above the stern light, a diamond shape where it can be best seen, a vessel or object being towed shall exhibit separate side lights, a stern light. When the length of the tow exceeds 200 meters, a diamond shape where it can be best seen. A vessel engaged in fishing with drift nets. A vessel engaged in fishing with drift nets shall exhibit 2 all-round lights in a vertical line, the upper being red and the lower white, In the daytime, a shape consisting of two cones with their apexes together in a vertical line one above the other. When there is outlying gear extending more than 150 meters horizontally from the vessel, an all-round white light. In the daytime, a cone apex upwards in the direction of the gear. When making way through the water, in addition, side lights and a stern light. A fishing vessel engaged in trawling. A fishing vessel engaged in trawling shall exhibit two all-round lights in a vertical line, the upper being green and the lower white. In the daytime, a shape consisting of two cones with their apexes together in a vertical line one above the other. A masthead light abaft of and higher than the all-round green light. A vessel of less than 50 meters in length shall not be obliged to exhibit such a light, but may do so. When making way through the water, in addition, side lights and a stern light. A vessel not under command. A vessel not under command shall exhibit two all-round red lights in a vertical line where they can best be seen. By day, two black balls or similar shapes in a vertical line where they can best be seen. When making way through the water, in addition, side lights and a stern light. A vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver. A vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver shall exhibit three all-round lights in a vertical line where they can best be seen. The highest and lowest of these lights shall be red, and the middle light shall be white. By day, three shapes in a vertical line where they can best be seen. The highest and lowest of these shapes shall be balls, and the middle one a diamond. When making way through the water, in addition, a masthead light or lights, side lights, and a stern light. A vessel engaged in dredging or underwater operations when restricted in her ability to maneuver shall exhibit the above lights and shapes. When an obstruction exists, in addition, shall exhibit two all-round red lights, and by day two balls in a vertical line to indicate the side on which the obstruction exists. Two all-round green lights, and by day two diamonds in a vertical line to indicate the side on which another vessel may pass. A vessel engaged in diving operations. A vessel engaged in diving operations shall exhibit three all-round lights in a vertical line where they can best be seen. The highest and lowest of these lights shall be red, and the middle light shall be white. Also, the International Code Flag A, not less than 1 meter in height. Measures shall be taken to ensure its all-round visibility. A vessel engaged in mine clearance operation. A vessel engaged in mine clearance operations shall, in addition to the lights for a power-driven vessel, exhibit three all-round green lights or three balls. One of these lights or shapes shall be exhibited near the foremast head and one at each end of the foreyard. These lights or shapes indicate that it's dangerous for another vessel to approach within 1,000 meters of the mine clearance vessel. A vessel constrained by her draft. A vessel constrained by her draft, in addition to the lights for a power-driven vessel of her class, shall exhibit three all-round red lights where they can best be seen in a vertical line. By day, a cylinder. A vessel engaged on pilotage. A vessel engaged on pilotage duty shall exhibit, at or near the masthead, two all-round lights in a vertical line, the upper being white and the lower red. When underway, also side lights and a stern light. A vessel at anchor. A vessel of more than 50 meters in length and at anchor shall exhibit where it can best be seen. In the forepart, an all-round white light. At or near the stern, an all-round white light placed at a lower level than the forward light, and, by day, one black ball. A vessel of less than 50 meters in length, at anchor, shall exhibit an all-round white light where it can best be seen, and by day one black ball. A vessel at anchor may, and a vessel of 100 meters and more in length shall, also use the available working or equivalent lights to illuminate her decks. A vessel aground. A vessel aground shall exhibit an all-round white light in the forepart of the vessel. At or near the stern, an all-round white light placed at a lower level than the forward light. 2 all-round red lights in a vertical line. By day, 3 bulls in a vertical line. A vessel of less than 50 meters in length shall exhibit where it can best be seen an all-round white light in addition, 2 all-round red lights in a vertical line. By day, 3 bulls in a vertical line. The primary cause of restricted visibility is fog, heavy rain, or very rough seas. Haze or snow can also cause visibility to be restricted. Sailing in restricted visibility presents hazards, such as collision with another vessel or object, and navigational errors, such as getting off course and running aground. Fog is quite difficult to predict and is likely to take you by surprise. Still, there are some warning signs that can help you to predict fog is coming. For example, a fog bank on the horizon, cold and moist air, general mistiness and progressively reduced visibility as the fog approaches, also misty and diffused navigation lights at night. The first thing to do when you notice approaching fog is to plot an accurate fix on the chart as soon as possible. If for any reason you cannot get an accurate fix, then rely on your dead reckoning or estimated position. Start sounding your foghorn. Sailing vessels must sound 1 prolonged blast plus 2 short blasts every 2 minutes. Turn on your navigation lights. Rig up the radar reflector as high as possible if one is not permanently fitted. Remember, the big ships are more likely to maintain their speed, relying on their radar to detect other ships. If the sea is rough, they probably won't detect you, since the echoes from the waves cover the small echo from your sailing boat. Make sure that all crew wear their life jackets and that the life raft is clear and ready to use. In addition, have some red and white flares handy. Other steps to be taken in restricted visibility are: post a lookout for lights and signals of other vessels well forward, away from the noise of the engine. If the boat is fitted with radar, turn it on as soon as the visibility is reduced, and place a crew member with radar experience to monitor it. If the engine is not running, then start and warm it up to ensure that it will start instantly in case of emergency. If you have a GPS, use the data and plot an accurate fix on the chart. However, always check this data against other sources, such as radar, LORAN, or depth recorder. You may have to reduce your speed, but always keep steerage way on your boat. If you're in a busy shipping lane, mark your exact position, if possible, on the chart. Note the positions and courses of other vessels. Alter your course immediately to get clear of the lane and other ships as soon as you can, sailing to more shallow waters. Use your engine if necessary. When you navigate near the coast, pay attention to the sound signals emitted from the buoys and lighthouses. The type of signals they emit is marked on the chart, or you can find them in the relevant pilot books. When you're using the engine during fog, shut it down at regular intervals and listen for sound signals either from vessels or buoys and lighthouses. When you're navigating near the coast or in a channel and the visibility is restricted, consult the echo sounder or depth recorder. Try to follow a depth contour on the chart that provides navigable waters and is clear of charted hazards. Approaching a harbour in restricted visibility, use your echo sounder and make a note of the depth contours as you cross them. That will provide you with a position line. Additionally, locate a buoy on the chart and sail close to it, following the nearest depth contour. Here are the sound signal rules to be followed by vessels in restricted visibility. A power-driven vessel underway must sound one prolonged blast every 2 minutes. A power-driven vessel underway but stopped and making no way through the water must sound 2 prolonged blasts every 2 minutes with an interval of about 2 seconds between them. A vessel not under command, a vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver, whether underway or at anchor, a vessel constrained by her draft, a sailing vessel, a vessel engaged in fishing, whether underway or at anchor, or a vessel engaged in towing or pushing another vessel, must sound one prolonged blast plus 2 short blasts every 2 minutes. A vessel at anchor must ring the bell rapidly for 5 seconds every 1 minute. A vessel at anchor of 100 meters or more in length is required to ring the bell rapidly for 5 seconds every 1 minute and immediately after the ringing of the bell to sound the gong for 5 seconds in the aft part of the vessel. A vessel at anchor may, in addition to the bell and/or gong, sound 1 short, 1 prolonged and 1 short blast to give warning of her position and of the possibility of collision to an approaching vessel. A vessel aground must ring the bell and, if required, sound the gong, and in addition must ring 3 separate and distinct strokes on the bell immediately before and after the rapid ringing of the bell. A vessel of less than 12 meters in length is not obliged to give the previously described signals, but if she does not, shall make some other efficient sound signal at intervals of not more than 2 minutes. A pilot vessel, when engaged on pilotage duty, shall, in addition to the signals prescribed for power-driven vessels, sound an identity signal consisting of 4 short blasts.